Noise.
Kurzweil access 97 of 112. Enter. Alert web MIDI status : OK. This file wants to : use your MIDI devices dialog. Close button. Allow button. Enter. Kurzweil access - Google Chrome. Program mode post : 0 st less greater channel : 1. Kurzweil.
Hi, this is a demonstration of Kurzweil Access, which is a tool to provide accessibility support, particularly for visually impaired people, for the Kurzweil K2000, K2500 and K2600 models, including the K2661. I don't know if it will work with the new K2700 I haven't found a manual yet, and I certainly don't have one to test against. Maybe I'll update the video if I get more information. Okay, what's it all about? These synths are old, but they have a neat trick in that they throw out their display data from their LCD over MIDI using sysx messages. Similarly, they'll respond to sysx messages that allow you to effectively press their buttons, providing remote control. So, you probably heard as I loaded it, Chrome asked me to allow access to the MIDI ports. That's a Chrome security feature. This application works in Chrome or Opera on Windows, Mac or Android. Unfortunately, there's no iOS support because Apple haven't included Web MIDI in their WebKit application framework. As and when they update it, it'll work on that as well, but not yet. Okay, let's have a look at the interface that we've got.
Kurzweil access. At the time of writing this will work only in Google's visited link Chrome browser or in the link Opera browser. Chrome may block size X access if you run this from a website in which web MIDI status. This version is for Kurzweil K-series synthesizers.
Really
left parent K MIDI input port : Alt+I.
Okay, only configuration you need to do in the tool is for the MIDI input and output port.
Combo box K2600 MIDI output port. Combo box K2600.
There is one bit of setup you have to do on the hardware, and I'll come to that in a little while.
Heading level 1 LCD.
And here we should see
program mode post : 0 st less
a
greater channel : 1.
representation of the LCD
998
on the hardware.
Drum program 999 pad 9.
And because I'm in program mode, it's showing a list of presets, or some of the presets anyway.
13 layers, 1 2 stereo solo no, 3 piano and strings, 4 no and synth string, octave plus panic sample chan plus.
The bottom line of the LCD describes the functions assigned to the soft buttons immediately underneath the LCD. And we've got quick keys.
Press Ctrl +1 through 6 to hear the assignments for the soft buttons below the LCD.
So I'll do that so I can repeat them in a more friendly way.
Control 1, octave dash.
So octave down.
Control 2, octave plus.
Octave up.
Control 3, panic.
Panic sends an all notes off message.
Control 4, sample.
If you've got the sampler, allows you to edit and create new patches based on samples.
Control 5, chan dash. Control 6, chan plus.
The 5th and 6th buttons in this mode just move the transmitted MIDI channel, both internally and for anything connected on the MIDI ports at the back. Okay, so far so good.
Press Alt left parent for Windows, right parent, or Option left parent for Mac or iOS, right parent +1 through 6 to activate the soft buttons below the LCD.
And we can click those buttons using those keystrokes. I've just noticed that I haven't taken out the reference to iOS there, so please ignore that bit.
Heading level 1 parameter. 1 concert piano 1.
And then we've got this parameter field. What this is giving us is effectively the highlighted parameter and its value on the LCD. Now, because we're in a presets list, there isn't a parameter name, it's just the the name of the current preset.
1 concert piano 1.
So concert piano 1. And if I, yep, there you go. Sounds like a piano to me. Okay, moving swiftly on. If I manipulate the controls on the hardware, so I'll start turning the big encoder.
2 stereo solo no. 3 piano and strings. 4 no and synth string. 5 rock grand. 6 Dini piano. 7 studio class ep.
We're moving through the presets. So yeah, that's doing that, and we could obviously go both directions.
6 Dini piano. 5 rock grand.
Okay. Let's have a look at the setup you need to do on the Kurzweil itself. Occasionally I have to reset this. All you need to do is turn the Kurzweil on, press the MIDI mode button.
MIDI mode buttons :on.
And 7 down arrow keys will get you to this this item, buttons, and it needs to be turned on. If you don't turn it on, you can request text from the display using a button on the web page, but you'll have to do it every time something changes, i.e. every time you press a button. With buttons turned on, it becomes two-way traffic, and whenever you press a button on the Kurzweil, it will trigger a display update. So yeah, the quick way: turn on, press MIDI mode, use the arrow down key 7 times on the Kurzweil, then turn the alpha wheel once. It doesn't matter which direction, just one click will toggle it, and then you're good. Okay, if I go back to program mode.
Program mode 5 rock grand.
Actually, we should have stayed in MIDI, so I'll go back to MIDI.
MIDI mode buttons :on.
Now I can use the arrow keys to go between parameters.
CHG setups :key up. CTL setup :97 control setup.
And again, these are the arrow keys on the Kurzweil itself.
Channel :1. Transpose :0 ST.
And if I want to change a value, I just use the encoder.
Transpose :first. Transpose :2 ST. Transpose :3 ST.
Yeah, the observer one to one you will have noticed.
Transpose :2 ST. Transpose :first.
Which is 1 ST, but the speech synthesizer I'm using just happened to say first because it's 1 ST. Don't really want any transposition.
Transpose :0 ST.
I'll take it back to 0. Okay, so we can get to pretty much every parameter on the synth, and in the Kurzweil that's an awful lot of parameters, awful lot of modes.
Setup mode 1 tripped up funk. Master mode tune :0 CT. Song mode song :2 tripped up R.
You can do all this stuff.
Disk mode current disk :floppy.
Yeah, I know it's a floppy, it's an old bit of kit. The only display that we can't get control over is
Program
the
mode,
algorithm display screen, which is graphical. But with a bit of practice, you can figure out what's going on there by reference to the manual. Okay, I hope you found that useful. If you're interested in adding this kind of functionality to hardware that maybe you designed, please get in touch. My details are in the end card, or just leave a request in the comments, and I'll get back to you. It's not as bad as you might think to implement. So, okay, hope you found it interesting. Bye bye.